If you hear these words, know this: it is no accident. It is a call, a resonance that has echoed deep within your soul, a soul that has been waiting for this very message. You feel it, don't you? That slight, almost imperceptible flutter, a shiver of anticipation for something magnificent, inevitable, and inexorably approaching from beyond the subtle veil of everyday reality. The world as we knew it, much like an old garment, is beginning to fray at the seams. Its clear, familiar outlines blur, and those foundations that once seemed unshakable now falter under the onslaught of unknown hidden forces. Before you step into the very heart of it all, you must make your choice. Your like is not a simple expression of approval. It is a vibrant declaration of your intent, and your subscription is the sign that you are joining the ranks of seekers, those ready to peer fearlessly beyond the horizon of what ordinary mortals are permitted to see. Ancient civilizations, shrouded in the mists of ages, have gifted us with more than mere majestic stone monuments or cryptic writings. They left us maps, not maps to ordinary earthly treasures, but to something far more profound, the very attainment of truth. These maps, etched by the light of distant stars and the rhythms of our planet's spin, carry sacred knowledge that certain forces are tirelessly working to conceal from us. If you are inclined to believe this is merely about chance dates or a fleeting fascination with the occult, then you are gravely mistaken. Before you lies a key capable of unlocking the gates to understanding the very essence of creation, a key found within prophecies that, as it turns out, were less warnings and more precisely calibrated calculations. The truth that they so diligently hide behind fleeting headlines and the veil of daily bustle is both simple and terrifyingly real. But it is within this truth that salvation lies. This is not another conspiracy theory. It is a conspiracy aimed at your consciousness, at your very being. Everything we have come to accept as unshakable, be it governments, economic systems, or even accepted history, has proven to be merely a skillfully constructed facade. All of this was meticulously constructed to keep us in a state of slumber, of compliant obedience. The Maya, those ancient sages who gazed towards the heavens, knew. They saw the cycles repeating relentlessly, each one leading to a great transformation, a profound shift, an awakening. Their final, most vital warning, which they called the Great Solar Flare, was not merely a grim prophecy of doom, but a foretelling of the inevitable end of an era of deceit and illusion. Lost pages from the ancient treatise The Sun's Cosmogony, born in the golden age of Maya civilization and now carefully safeguarded in a secret private collection at the Vatican, speak of the Great Illumination. They tell how the sun, like a powerful alchemist, will cleanse the earth of the darkness accumulated over centuries. These mysterious texts, estimated to be approximately 1,240 years old, describe a period of great upheavals when celestial fire will radically reshape the face of the land. Research teams granted access to Vatican's restricted archives have uncovered mentions of the Star Stream Protocol. This enigmatic document, it is claimed, contains precise calculations of upcoming solar activity. According to leaked information, this protocol was developed in the middle of the last century by a group of eminent scholars dedicated to studying ancient calendars. And not just the Maya. Peer also into the profound works of Quetzalcoatl, that feathered serpent deity. His teachings, some historians believe, were deliberately distorted and hidden. He spoke of a great transformation when the sun will devour itself, only to be reborn anew, shining brighter than before. But one only needs to look closely at ancient Sumerian tablets, taking for instance the famous Epic of Gilgamesh, to discover vague hints there of a certain celestial fire capable, as it is stated, of incinerating all that has been created. These are not random voices, but rather a majestic chorus of ancient seers performing the same melody about a coming purification. Modern science, though sometimes reluctantly, is beginning to find confirmation for this ancient knowledge. Solar cycles, which once seemed absolutely predictable, are now exhibiting something extraordinary, anomalous activity. Scientists speak of X-class solar flares, of massive coronal mass ejections reaching unprecedented scales. According to classified studies conducted at the University of California's Institute of Astrophysics, These phenomena are capable of directly influencing our planet's electromagnetic field, provoking global cascading failures. And where once such a prospect seemed merely a distant threat, now, according to the very latest reports, the probability of reaching the peak of solar activity in the coming years has approached critical levels. You feel it, don't you? That subtle yet insistent sense of unease that, for some reason, grips you in the dead of night, around 3 o'clock. That vague feeling of alienation when you watch people pass by, their seemingly lifeless eyes absently scanning the glowing screens of their smartphones. The attempt to find meaning in the endless stream of information turns only to chaos and a dull fear. This is not ordinary melancholy. This is your very soul, suffocating in this skillfully woven matrix, in this spectral reality designed to keep you in eternal captivity. Your internal senses, finely tuned to invisible vibrations, pick up the premonition of coming changes. This is nothing less than the resonance of your own essence with the great cosmic pulse. But what if all these frightening images, wars, economic crises, global pandemics, are merely shadows dancing on the wall of a cave, distracting from the true essence? What if the true tyrant, the source of all your anxieties, gazes back at you from your own reflection? What if all these external events are merely pale shadows of the internal turmoil sown deep within our minds? From childhood, we've been taught to beware of external enemies, to fear outside threats. We've been conditioned to seek salvation in guidance from above, placing our trust in the hollow promises of strong leaders. But the real battle unfolds within ourselves. And it is far more terrifying, for we so rarely meet our own gaze, avoiding the confrontation with our own essence. Everything we feel and see around us is not a sentence, not a punishment. It is rather a cosmic surgical procedure. The universe does not pass judgment on humanity. It purposefully burns away the poison of fear, ignorance, and materialism that has accumulated for centuries in the depths of our collective unconscious. Those very solar flares, these sudden cataclysms, are nothing less than purification. It is a natural process designed to ruthlessly dismantle the fragile, glittering crown of glass we ourselves have erected, the crown of our inflated ego, our steadfast attachment to the illusory world of the material. This is a grand clearing of the path for what must inevitably arrive. It is the rapid collapse of the steel veins of the system that permeates every aspect of our lives, a system devoid of any soul or flicker of compassion. And here lies the main secret, the key to your long-awaited liberation. The ancient prophets, be they the Mayan sages or the divine Quetzalcoatl himself, did not foresee a single savior destined to rid the world of its woes. No, their visions stretched further. They saw an entire army of awakened souls. They saw you. You are not merely a part of a foretold prophecy. You are its living embodiment, its most precise execution. The coming great solar flare is not a fatal end of the world. It is a grand catalyst. It is an act of creation that originates in each individual awakening. It is a signal that the old, worn-out rules no longer hold sway. It is now, as we begin to see the true nature of illusion, that the power to transform it falls into our hands. The most crucial moment has arrived, when the finest line separating reality from dream thins to its limit. And at this time, your role, an awakened soul, becomes paramount. This is not a time for silent contemplation. This is a time for decisive action. Each of us is a tiny spark capable of igniting a great flame. Each of us is an unbroken link in the great chain of awakening. Now that your eyes are open, you cannot remain a detached observer. Your like is a bright flash of light pulsing across the vast network, a silent yet powerful signal to the other sleeping souls. You are not alone. Your share is a seed you carefully plant in the barren desert of dormant minds. Information that can take firm root in someone's awakening consciousness. Your subscription is a silent vow, a solemn declaration of your readiness to move forward, your determination to become part of something immeasurably greater. If you are ready for more, our inner circle will become your reliable operational base. This is a place where we can freely exchange invaluable knowledge, offer each other necessary support, and collectively plan further bold steps. Your support, expressed through the Super Thanks feature, is the very energy that fuels our collective flame in this arduous battle against the relentlessly advancing darkness. It is the fuel that gives us the strength to move towards the bright light. Until our next meeting, remain aware, stay connected, and never stop asking questions as you